Welcome to Grade 8, Congruent Figures and Missing Measures. Today we're going to look at how do we use the properties of rotations, reflections, and translations to identify congruent parts of congruent figures and how to find the missing measures. The most important thing here in this lesson is to focus on what is always given to you. So they are saying to us in the quilt design shown below, triangle RST is congruent to triangle RWX. So what does this mean? How do we use this to find out which angle or which side is equal to which side or congruent to each side? So a quick trick, we know if it's congruent, angle R will be equal to angle R. Angle S will be equal to angle W. And angle T will be equal to angle X. So now they are saying to us, go to your diagram now and let us see what are they saying to us. They are giving us if angle, the measure of angle WXR. So we go to WXR. We are looking at this triangle here. And they are saying to us that angle X is equal to 62 degrees. There is 62 degrees. If you go to the information above, then you know that angle T will be equal to 62 degrees. So this is very easy. Angle T is equal to angle X, which is 62 degrees. So always understand the concept of congruency. Congruence means it will fit exactly onto the other side. Let's move to another example. It says to us now in the baseball diamond shown below, there's your baseball diamond shown below. Triangle BEA, so we're talking about triangle BEA, is congruent to triangle ARB. ARB. The length of BE, so they're talking about the length of BE, is 90. What is the length of AR? So we know if BE, this is BE, BE will be congruent to AR and therefore it will be exactly, sorry, not 90 degrees, but 90 feet. So read the information which is given to you, highlight the information and solve the questions thereafter. We will quickly look at example 7. Now example 7, when you look at the triangle, you will immediately notice that you have a 90-degree angle. In example 7 and example 8, I'm going to do both these examples concurrently and show you what is the difference between these two triangles and how do you work them out. So there we know that the triangle ABC is congruent to DEF. So we are still looking at congruency. Triangle DEF is congruent to triangle JKL. Now, when we look at this example here, the first one in example 7, we can see that we've got 10 feet, which is our hypotenuse. This is our hypotenuse. And if I look at example 8, this is my hypotenuse, but I do not have the value. So what do I do? How do I calculate this? When we are given the hypotenuse, then we always subtract to get the missing measure. We will always subtract. But when we are given the two shorter sides, then we add. So what do we add and what do we subtract, or how do we go about doing that? Let's look at example 7. So here we have 10. We know theorem of Pythagoras. So it will be 10 squared, subtract 8.5 squared, and it will give us the length of CB. And when you calculate this, it will give you the answer of 5.3 feet. Always remember, the hypotenuse is always the longest side in a triangle. Therefore, your answer will never be more than 10. It will always be less than 10. But if we look at example 8, we do not have the hypotenuse. So I said to you, you're going to add. So you will say 20 squared plus 40 squared will give us the hypotenuse. Will give us the hypotenuse, which will be EF squared. And when you calculate your final answer, it gives you 44.7. So how do you know that this is correct? Your hypotenuse, as I said earlier on, is always the longest side. And if you look at your figures, this is 40 and the other leg is 20. And if you get the answer of 44, it means that it is longer than the other two sides. So once again, in these two examples, if they give you the hypotenuse, you would subtract the other leg. If they do not give you the hypotenuse, then you add both the legs to get your answers. I hope this has helped you, and as usual, the more you learn, the easier it is to learn more. All the best with your studies.